Today we're in the kitchen and we're cooking a hash brown casserole. Well, hey y'all, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to back out of the closet for a minute and we're going to step into the kitchen. We're going to make a hash brown casserole and you're going to use these ingredients that you see right here. The first thing you're going to want to do is get a bowl. You're going to need a bigger one than I have here. I didn't realize it until it was too late. But let those hash browns thaw out just a little bit, pour them into the bowl, and then get your ham and mix it together really good. I went ahead and got this ham that was already cubed up because I just didn't have time to cube one myself. But you can definitely do that, and it might be a little bit cheaper. But make sure you get all the way down to the bottom and mix the ham and the potatoes up really well. And you can see here why I needed a bigger bowl. It was just too hard in this small one. The next step is to chop your onion. Now this called for green onion, but I'm sure you could use Vidalia or whatever kind of onion you want. My chopping skills aren't the greatest, but I do know to keep my fingers out of the way. That is an accident waiting to happen if you're not careful. Next, you want to mix your onions up with your ham and your potatoes. I decided to use my 9x13 Pyrex dish. I'm going to give it a good spray and I'm going to pour everything into it. It's easier to mix in the Pyrex dish. I probably should have started there and it would have saved me from having a bowl to clean up anyway. But you live and you learn. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my cans of cream of chicken soup and I'm going to pour them into a separate bowl. Now the reason I'm doing this is because I like to thin it out just a little bit. I'm going to add a little bit of water to do that, and I'm going to mix it up until it's as thin as I want it to be. You can add a little more water if you think you need to, but this was good enough for me. I think I used maybe 1/4 cup of water, and I'm just going to mix it all up, and then I'm going to go ahead and season the soup. I'm going to put some pepper in it, and then I'm just going to pour it over the top. I poured about half of it into the Pyrex dish, and I'm going to mix that in really good to make sure that everything is coated. And then I'll pour the rest of it in and coat the rest of it. You're going to preheat your oven to 400, and you're going to cook this for 1 hour. After it got through baking, what I decided to do was I let it cool for just a little bit, and then I took one of these aluminum pans that I got from the Dollar Tree. It has a lid that goes on it, and you'll see why I needed that in just a minute. But I'm going to go ahead and fill this one up, and I'm going to freeze it. And there will still be enough left for another pan this size to put the rest of it in. But you see how much this made, and here's why I like to have the lid, because especially if you're going to freeze it, you're going to want to put what's in there and then the directions on how to cook it when you take it out of the freezer. So here's the directions. That way anybody that takes it out, whether it's me or my husband or one of our sons, you've got the directions right there and you know exactly what to do with it. So I'm going to go ahead and write out the directions on the next lid, and then I'm going to transfer what's left into the next pan, put the lid on top, and put them both in the freezer. This was absolutely delicious. We all loved it. As a matter of fact, we loved it so much, the one I'd frozen, we took it out later that week and had it again for dinner. This is simple and easy, and you really need to try it.